United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order at 6:30, excuse me, 5:30. And roll call. Excuse me, Al.
Yep.
Rob.
Here.
Aaron.
Present.
Dan.
Yes.
Okay, and Lana is out, and Brandy is here, and I am here, so that takes care of the city. All right, new business. I guess I'm gonna flip the two items we're gonna talk about. The second item is replace the utility pickup. I don't know if you're aware of it, the utility pickup is in bad shape. Well, we thought it was gonna last for a while longer. It's not going to. And we can't even take it out of town. So it runs into a scheduling conflict. So Maggie, I wanted to ask you, is it possible that we can purchase a replacement pickup now before we actually get the bond? And then,
yes.
And we can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay.
The very short and quick answer is yes, you can.
Okay.
You have the authority because you've already held the public hearing.
Yeah.
That you can pay for any of these project costs now or as you've paid for them in the past, and then you can reimburse wherever you spent those funds from with the bond proceeds at the end of February.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you very much. So Dan, would you get in touch with West Bend Ford again and turn that process back on for them to search for a pickup? And I'll talk to some other people, some other vendors.
I'll have to get on it tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Now we'll go to the primary reason that we're here, resolution directing the acceptance of a proposal to purchase $306,000 general obligation capital loan notes, series 2025. So we have gone out to three lending institutions and asked them for a proposal on capital loan notes. We received 2 responses back. As you can see, Maggie had put together some simple guidance for us here. One was United Bank of Iowa, and that one, the true interest rate, it averages out to 3.99%. Pocahontas State Bank, they came in just under 5.5. So the purpose of this, again, to reiterate, the proceeds of the notes will be used to, 1, pay the cost for construction, reconstruction, and repairing of street improvements, including construction of the 2024 street project and acquisition of a pickup. Now, before I go any further, 1 pickup, not 3 pickups. Number 2, pay the cost of equipping of works and facilities useful for the collection, treatment, and disposal of sewage and industrial waste in a sanitary manner, including the pickup. Number 3, pay the cost of equipping of waterworks, water mains, and extensions useful for providing potable water to residents of the city, including acquisition of the pickup. 4, pay for costs of removal and replacement of dead and diseased trees in and on the right-of-way, city parks, and other public grounds. And 5, to pay the cost of demolition of abandoned, dilapidated, or dangerous buildings, structures, or properties, or the abatement of a nuisance, including the removal of asbestos, and demolition of the city-owned building, locally known as the Ram Center, located at 506 Des Moines Street, City of Rolfe. And 6, to pay the costs of refunding and refinancing outstanding indebtedness to the city, including the lease purchase agreement, water meter project dated December 5th, 2023, and 7, to pay the cost of issuing the notes. So, again, we had 2 responses. We had hired Spear Financial to help us out, sort through all this, and according to the response that we got from them, and I'll read this, and it's in front of you as well. Upon examination, it is our opinion that the proposal from United Bank of Iowa, Ida Grove, Iowa, is the best proposal received, and it is further our opinion that the proposal is favorable to the city and should be accepted. We therefore recommend that the notes be awarded to the proposer at the price of $306,000, being a true interest rate of 3.99%. So with that, is there any discussion before we get to a formal
Mayor,
vote?
this is Maggie Spear. You did a great job explaining all of that and walking through. The reason that we wanted to get this done sooner rather than later is Brandy is working on your budget for fiscal year 26.
Yep.
So we wanted to make sure that she had numbers available to her by taking action tonight if you approve this proposal in front of you. All these interest rates, everything is locked in, so she can prepare her budget. The final debt service schedule for this debt would be on page 3 of the packet that the mayor and as spoken about. The fiscal year 26 amount is an interest-only payment, and that interest-only payment, just because again, we know that you were going to be doing some things, and we wanted to make sure that we didn't overwhelm with a payment in that first year. So the interest-only payment is about $15,289. Then the payments are right around $40,000 to $41,000 per year. The one thing I would say about general obligation debt is that you have every opportunity to use a debt service levy to pay this debt back, but you also don't need to use the debt service levy if you have other sources of funds. So maybe the water portion will be paid with water debt. Maybe a portion of the debt will be paid with either road use or local option sales tax or something like that. So you have every opportunity to levy for all of it, for some of it, and you get to make that decision each and every year at budget time. So your primary focus this year will be that 2026 number of about $15,300 or $15,289. That's really your primary focus, and then you get to work through your budget over the next 12 months and figure out what is going to be a good split for repayment of this other debt based on how you're paying for what the goal was when you did some of these projects or wanted to do some of these projects.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
So what about the 9,254 for this year?
That actually falls on December 1st of 2025, which is fiscal year 26. So although you'll have to make that payment in December, again, these are going to be, this, if you chose to levy for the $15,289, those tax dollars would already be to you by December 1. When you set your levy rate here in March or April, you're setting it for July 1st. So if you did implement a debt service levy for the $15,289, you would receive part of that $15,289 by the time we got to December 1st, because everyone would pay their fall taxes, and then the rest would be to you by the time you make the June payment, because then everyone would pay their spring taxes.
Did that answer your question? Okay. Are there any other questions on that? Okay, I would like to entertain a motion to accept whichever bid you feel is
We'll have it paid off in
appropriate.
June. We'll have it paid off in June.
What's that?
We'll have it paid off in June of 2035.
Okay.
It would be paid off in June of 2035, and you have the option to call this debt in or pay it off early. Only your option, nobody else can call the debt in. But if for some reason you had money ahead in a few years, you just have to give the bank 30 days notice to be able to pay them ahead in part or in whole, so you can pay part of it off. But you just have to give them 30 days notice before you're going to make an extra payment, let's say.
motion, United Bank of Iowa, Ida Grove, Iowa, 3.9900.
Okay, I have a motion by Rob Jackson to accept the bid for, United Bank of Iowa, Ida Grove, at 3.99%. Do I have a second?
I second it.
We'll give it to Dan. All right, Dan Allen seconds it, so I need a roll call vote, so. Aaron?
Yay.
Dan?
Yeah.
Rob?
Aye.
Al?
Yeah.
Okay, I have 5 ayes. Alana's not here, so, she's absent, so the motion is approved, and we will, you don't know that.
Yep, that sounds good. I'll let the bank know, I'll let actually both banks know.
Okay.
What the decision was this evening. You will have your regular meeting February 10th.
Yep.
And, I've already spoken to Brady. You'll have some additional resolutions, nothing that I have to be a part of. They're simply filling in all of the blanks between now and February 10th. This bond council will be in touch with the bank, things like that. And so it's really just doing all of the loan agreements. Tonight, you're really just locking everything in so that the interest rates don't move and stuff like that. So you'll have additional resolutions, 1 or 2 resolutions. Once you zoom through those on your February 10th agenda, closing is set for February 25th. So no meeting is required that day. That's just the day that Brandy is going to receive the money in your bank account so that you can either start to reimburse yourself the water meter loan. If you can get in touch with that water meter lease company. If they'll accept the payoff sooner than the 60 days notice that you're required to give them, that'd be great. You can use all of those bond proceeds for things like that.
Okay. We will take that. So, all right. With that, if there's no other questions. Make a select motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A motion to adjourn. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will call it